Greetings, oddities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Kick Around Kingdom, where this is going to be another overview video, because if you missed it in a recent video, I finally got Eternal Sugar Cookie herself, which I guarantee... Why is she trying to follow Pitaya Dragon? Look at... She's taken nearly the exact same paths Pitaya Dragon has taken. What's going on? And now they're just going to speak to Cat and Caviar, I guess? Weird. You know, now that I think about it, I feel like Eternal Sugar and Black Pearl are just complete rivals now that I think about it. Because, like, one's about all hate and one's about all love. And yet they're both messed up in the head. Just an interesting thing to think about. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to be basically focusing this video on her in her entirety. Because I want to check out some of her quotes, her story. I want to look at her gacha animation again. We're going to see a lot of quotes that she has to say. And then we'll use her in battle after upgrading her. Because, well, she has a lot of uses. So anyway, with that being said, as much as I would love to read comments in this video, in the overview videos, I don't usually read comments because I like making these videos focus on the cookie by itself. But if you still want to leave your questions and comments down in the comment section below for me to read on the videos, then feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. It doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator and creator to community, then that's what matters the most. So there's a couple things that I do want to check first in regards to Pavlova. Which actually, Pavlova is one of the things, but first of all, if you just sit her down, look how comfy she looks. Right next to, like, you know, Twisted Donut, who's just kind of there. And then, no, you're fine, you're fine. If I hold you up, you just have this wholly beautiful light, just, like, engrossing your everything, which, why the plug did you just warp on over there? Excuse me? And why can't I go, there we go, now I can go downward for some reason. And, what I want to find is, I also want to see if I can find Pavlova anywhere. Because I want to see if Pavlova and, Eternal Sugar can have an interesting conversation. Because I feel like there should be some interesting dialogue that happens. I'm just going to change this to, like, I don't know, Plumbing. Clotted. They're probably good at this. They're doing it one-handed. That's pretty strong. But Pavlova, that's fruit. What am I doing? Why am I grabbing every other pink cookie to exist? Alright, do you two have a conversation? Not with the monkey. Yes, you do. No, hold up.
My allies will just adore this land.
I mean, as long as you're fine and you're curiously reading something, I just want to see the combo between you. Oh, Pavlova Cookie, was your day full of happiness and joy? I'm assuming it would most likely be. If not, then, yikes. What's he gonna respond with? Did he even... Of course. Everyone is happy in your paradise. Oh, but there was a dot at the beginning. He's just like... Of course. Everyone's happy in your paradise after all. He's really forcing a smile. Come on, I couldn't even see that quote. Well, I'm just gonna let that wisp away. Just like let that keep going. Cause like, why? I'm just trying to read the quotes over here, but why does it take like so long just to like do anything? I have to like keep my eyes locked in just to make sure it all goes swimmingly. Of course, everyone's happy in your paradise. We get that. But now you're gonna take like a minute long just to let the quote load. I also want to get to Eternal Sugar Cookie, so. Don't make it too quick where I can't read the thing. You're right. My paradise grants happiness eternal. Yeah, I guess so. You're right. She gives me creepy vibes, but like she's like too endearing. I've noticed that you've been going out a lot recently. Or lately. Is she implying that he's trying to escape? Uh-oh, Pavlova. Pavlova, uh-oh. I'm sure it's nothing, but you don't want to leave my garden, do you? Uh-oh. Pavlova. I could drag you out if you want. Like, I could just get you out of there. Just say the hidden code word. And I'll get you out. Oh. Of course not. Don't worry. I always dream of happiness. Oh, no. Oh no! It's gonna take you away. Let's go. Okay, let you on the airport. Just go on one of these planes right there. You just leave, run away, never come back. You're fine. You're fine. Anyway, let's move on to some of Eternal Sugar's quotes because I'm curious because she's literally just right here in all of her beautiful glory, gracious glory for that matter. And of course, hold her up like that. It's just sublime. That's like beautiful thumbnail word. I have to admit that. That's beautiful. And then she just falls down with such elegant grace. Look at that. You know. She has a little demon tail. She has a little demon tail. Isn't that what they were talking about? The devil cloaked in the guys? Oh no. Oh, that's real bad, but I love that small detail.
Ah, what a quaint, peaceful place.
I mean, peaceful. You're not even doing it yourself. You're doing the brooming with one of your own guardians. Well, I mean, I don't think it's that quaint. I mean, I would say peaceful maybe, but there's a lot of activities to do here, so I feel like there's a lot of chaotic activities. Let's just put it like that.
Look at all these cookies, yearning for happiness.
I mean, if you think that's true, have you ever seen any of the Beasts? Or like Black Pearl? Or anyone like that? You know, cookies who are just filled with hatred?
I'm just so happy.
I've noticed, and now you are just on a sleepy cloud. Are you just sleeping? Okay, I thought you were just going to fall asleep all of a sudden. So she could just summon clouds if she wants to. And of course, she just stretches or like sings? Or maybe that was a yawn. I don't know, she is one of sloths, so I guess it would make sense that why she's sleeping all the time.
What kind of happiness does your heart desire?
I don't think I want to spill that, because I feel like you're going to use that information against me. But, I don't know, making other people happy? Because kind of like a hollyberry cookie, I tend to put myself behind a lot of other people. I will put other people in front of me first, just to focus on their happiness.
Hollyberry cookie, where are you?
Just get on there. Just get up. Go. Just leave. I got you. Hey, I'm back. No worry. Nothing happened. No, don't look that way. It's fine.
Look at all these cookies. Let us forget all pains and sorrows.
I think there's a lot of pains and sorrows that you can't forget. I mean, you ever had a night where you were just like, oh, I'm gonna fall asleep, and it's like, remember this bad thing that happened 15 years ago that you could definitely be sure that you've forgotten about, but my mind is always gonna make you occasionally bring it up just so you have nighttime trauma. Yeah, well, great times to just sleep during the night.
My allies will just adore this land.
Probably won't let them in, because this kingdom's getting crowded. No offense to you, but you have your own kingdom after all.
Let us forget. I'm just.
Yeah, well, I get it.
Ah, let us forget. Hollyberry cookie.
Is there any more? I could do this to you. It looks like I'm spinning her. I'm spinning her.
Look at all these. I'm just.
There should be. Are there really no more quotes to her?
Ah, let us forget. Even blueberry birds sing of happiness.
Aren't there blueberry birds? Are there ones in like the top corner or something? Oh yeah, probably referring to those trees. Don't you dare touch the. I grant the wishes here, not you, okay? It's not you. It's not mixing flowers. It's only me. I'm already providing for all the cookies.
Let us forget. Hollyberry, welcome to my garden of delights.
This is not yours, I'll have you know. You're not even in a garden. You want to go to a garden? Go over here. This is a bit of flowery over in this direction. A bit of flowers, a little bit of green.
Welcome, my ally.
I'm pretty sure that's actually it for the quotes.
Sugarfly cookie is my loyal aide.
Wait, Sugarfly cookies and not Pavlova? I guess Sugarfly cookie is more reliable in the sense that they're not going to be really petty about a majority of the things Eternal Sugar Cookie asks of them. But anywho, you know what? We can get on to some more quotes from Eternal Sugar just by going to our little informational menu screen.
Even blueberry birds
just
sing
press this button right here and check it out.
Rest your eyes. Everything is bound to fall into place.
Don't like how you say that, though I have to admit, at least this gacha background that you have is pretty sick. Basically, that got like 2 cookies in a row with sick gacha backgrounds being, well, not gacha backgrounds, but like menus. But like, I mean, in reference to Fire Spirit Cookie and Eternal Sugar, because this is just, perfectly describes, because, perfectly describes her with the rainbow. You have the pink and like lighter pink like pillars, the candied like lollipop flowers growing in the ground, and just the whole entire just bases around her. It's really sweet.
Some say that sloth is the root of happiness and joy.
No, it is. No. Let's take a step back. Sloth is not the root of happiness and joy. Sloth is the root of ignorance and laziness. There's a huge difference. There's passion and being happy, and then there's just not caring and just relaxing. Trust me, the difference is insane. I kid you not.
Stay with me and joy without measure.
As much as I love that, ma'am, I have some videos to make, so I'd rather be productive in my life than lazy. I just spent like the last week moving into a new apartment, so if that isn't sloth, then, no, I'm completely right, that isn't sloth. What the fuck am I saying?
Allow yourself a little moment of laziness.
No, I've had too much laziness this week. I gotta get buckled down and productive. Ma'am?
Allow yourself my dear, you deserve a moment of rest.
Stop gaslighting me into taking a break. The only people who can judge that are my fans, okay? I'm not gonna let some pink cookie try and tell me otherwise. I was gonna say, like, pink pretty princess if I'm being honest, but, like, I'm not trying to say that because you're pink. I'm just saying that because you're trying to gaslight. You're evil. I don't care what you say. You're evil.
Dear, you don't have to do things you don't enjoy.
What the pleb are you talking? I enjoy this. There's just a difference between being lazy and being exhausted. When I'm exhausted, I will take a break. When I need to get something out, I will get something out. You're gaslighting me too much into this.
Dear, stay with me. Allow your stay with. Some say.
Is there anything else you have to say for yourself?
Dear. Some say one's happiness is as beautiful as it is fragile.
Really? Is that why you have probably like the most unhinged like happiness that you have? Because let's be honest, I've never seen. No, I've seen you frown. Just in front of Pavlova cookie as if it was a long-going thing. But listen, lady, I don't trust you at all.
One's happiness. Cookies are such lovely creatures.
Yeah, they're lovely to you because you could just use them. You use them like chess and pawn pieces.
My dear, rest your weary dough on a cotton candy cloud.
I will eat the whole cloud first before I decide to sleep in it, okay? I'm sorry, I'm trying to argue with a cookie who doesn't even want to argue. Anyway, there's an appearance thing where if you manage to ascend her any further, she gets this like cool like outline of sorts right above her halo. Of course, she doesn't have any costumes, 'cause why would she? And of course, her story says this. Eons ago, there lived a cookie, blessed with sweetness absolute, sugar of happiness, her followers called her, for she was brought into this world to wash it with happiness and boundless love. Alas, all that she loved was small and fragile, like a thin sheet of sugar glass. Cookiekind's pain and suffering she felt as her own, until one day she created a paradisical garden, where everyone would bask in happiness and joy eternal, as long as they accepted sloth. Thus, Eternal Sugar Cookie became her name. Time passed, and more cookies, curious about happiness and sloth, entered the Garden of Delights, but none ever left. Only faint echoes, wandering the lands of Beast Yeast, remain and whisper of an eternity of slothful sweetness. So realistically, here's the thing. It says that there lived a cookie blessed with sweetness and absolute. So she was sweet, but the thing is, she didn't do this out of like spite or wrath or anything like that. Of course, it is sloth still. But the thing is, she was more afraid because it literally stated how, you know, all the cookies were like frail and fragile, and she was feeling all of Cookiekind's pain and suffering. So I think instead, this one's like a beast that I would personally say is just very misguided. Because here's the thing, Shadow Milk Cookie is just totally broken because he was trapped for, like out of the longest. I mean, everyone else was trapped, but like he's just, you know, a gaslighter and a liar at the end of the day, manipulating with Cookie's minds. Burning Spice is just a destroyer of everything because he's just petty that, like, you know, he's had nothing else to, like, destroy because he's just ruled over everything at a certain time. And Mystic Flower, just, like, you know, she had a reason. She used to, like, give a bunch of cookies, like, wishes, but they were so greedy. So instead, she just became very numb to it all. Eternal Sugar was more scared. And just, like, you know what? Instead, oh my gosh, just imagine if she told, like, a parallel to, like, Golden Cheese. It's kind of like Golden Cheese. Because, like, she had this, like, kingdom there. She was like, you know, I'm going to make this land just filled with a bunch of sloth and happiness. But the problem is, the big difference is that everything in Golden Cheese's kingdom is just an illusion. Eternal Sugars is real and filled with living cookies. But they're still holding on to the fear of the past. But before we get into more of that, because there's more stuff that I got to talk about with her, let's go ahead and take a gander at her sweet gotcha animation. No pun intended.
Welcome. Welcome to my garden of sloth. make you a happy cookie forever.
Probably one of the most intimidating cookies in this game because of how deceptively sweet she is. Genuinely. But I really like the fact that, like, you could just see, like, two aspects of her. The halo and the angel wings, but right below here are those small little devil wings, and also that devil tail. Because I only just noticed that now, but it makes a lot of sense. Now her skill over here says, Eternal Enchantment. It says, Eternal Sugar Cookie floats atop a cotton candy cloud, restoring her own HP and gains an HP shield and immunity. She summons a saturine breeze, charming enemies and dealing periodic damage. Affected enemies suffer from the Delightful Temptation debuff, while immune targets receive damage. Afterwards, the sugar coating cracks, dealing damage and putting enemies into an enchanted state. Enchanted's duration increases based on the number of charm stacks. When the enchantment is dispelled, its duration is over, or the target is immune. The effect changes to laxness. If the target is immune, they receive additional damage. Eternal Sugar Cookie's Mythic Beauty makes enemies who deal damage to her gain the Guilt debuff. As maximum stacks, Guilt will also deal damage to the target in proportion of their attack. Target will also receive increased damage and reduced healing. Oh, wow, okay. At the start of the battle, Eternal Sugar Cookie will appear floating atop of a cotton candy cloud, surrounded by her cotton candy angels. The cotton candy angels will follow the rest of the team, buffing them and themselves, and dealing damage and debuffing the enemies. The fewer team members are left on the battlefield, the stronger the effect becomes. Eternal Sugar Cookie herself is resistant to charm, enchantment, and laxness. So, of course, anything that can make her happy, it can't really affect her because she's already max happy. So, like, just for a quick summary, she can give herself a big HP buff and a shield because she floats on top of a cloud because she's, you know, she's just lazy like that. But she can also summon Saturine Breeze. It charms a bunch of enemies and also deals periodic damage. So, that's simplistic enough. But also has the Delightful Temptation debuff. When immune targets can receive damage... And normal enemies will be affected by that, but people who are immune will just get damaged. But this also causes a lot of poison damage and a lot of other things like that. Now also, they also get covered with like sugar coatings and cracks, which deals damage and also put enemies in an enchanted state, which the enchanted state is, I can't really tell which one that is. It's just kind of somewhere there. But then it apparently increases based on charm. And when it's dispelled, its duration is over, or the target is immune, the effect changes to laxness. So laxness then becomes the new effect, which of course causes more debuffs like cooldown slowed and also attack speed. By the way, enchanted is like, you know, more attack speed and stuff like that. But also, I just like the fact that, like, if you try and, like, deal damage to her, you just get guilt because she's too cute and adorable. And that causes your, like, it deals damage, but also, is there something in regards to guilt down here? Yeah, guilt. Plumbing -10 for all stacks of damage. Like, anything else, just like, your damage goes down, but also your damage goes up. But that's if your guilt is maximum. And also, you get reduced healing. Huh. So, what I don't understand is, like, it makes... So, okay, so I'm assuming it makes you stronger, but instead you hurt yourself. And also reduces your healing. And, of course, you also got the angels, which just summon in and they're just like, hey... We got you, no worries. We could just apply a bunch of buffs to your team. Which also applies laxness when, you know, any other enemies get into a view. Or whatever, or something like that. It's just hard to explain. But yeah, it also damages all allies, 3 allies left and 2 allies, and increases cooldown and more damage. That's a lot to take in. So you know what, how about you get joyed with a bunch of happiness? Here you go.
I can hear the joyful laughter.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just gave you food. What's making you enjoy laughter?
Let us rest and savor this treat.
No, just eat it on the go. It's called fast food.
Strength fills my dough.
Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, that is true.
Ah, what a delight.
I mean, hey, if you enjoy it, then I guess I'll keep providing.
Let us rest and savor this treat.
I already am.
How marvelously sweet.
Yeah?
Let us rest and savor this treat. Ah, what a delight. How marvelously sweet.
If you got nothing else to say, I'm just gonna do this to you.
Let us rest and savor
People
this
may say that's
treat.
overkill, but this is Eternal Sugar I'm talking about. She needs these buffs and upgrades. How much is this gonna set me back? That's a lot. That's a fair amount. That's over 1,000. Plug it. So she goes from like 72,000 power to how much now? 326,000 power. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and use her in a battle. We could probably use her in like one of the beasties levels for all I know, or maybe like a very future hard like world exploration level. Like, let's go back here. Let's go to Crispia. Let's go to like, what power level would be? 9. I mean, that is kind of deep, but not deep enough. I mean, it is deep. What am I talking about? What about like Timeless Kingdom? What would this be? 400? You know what? I think we can make it work. But I am gonna take Pavlova Cookie off because instead we have Eternal Sugar Cookie, who also has a couple battle quotes of her own if you were to set her down onto the battlefield. I am pretty sure of that.
No need to try so hard.
You kind of have to if you want to help us win.
No need to try so hard.
Sure, don't do this to me.
No need to
Stop
try
it.
so hard. Let me relieve your suffering.
That sounds kind of really weird when you say it like that.
Let me relieve your suffering.
Stop.
Have no fear. I will be gentle.
Okay, that sounds even worse.
No need to try so hard.
We're just gonna go ahead and just go. I am sick of this. It does say it's hard, but I'm pretty sure we can still manage for the most part. I'm hoping at least. Let's just make her slow first, and there's the cloud. There's the cloud. So the charge in, damage resist, but they have guilt. They have guilt. You can't do anything. They're killing themselves. Oh, I didn't even attack once yet, and she's just doing like boom, just like big like splotches of hearts like that. All right, so let's use the skill because now I'm curious as to how this is gonna work. Let's do this.
Sweet slumber.
Okay, it just swarms all of the enemies, and also causes a massive explosion. And also she has the buffs down here of cooldown recovery up, max HP up, damage down, debuff resist, and damage dealt up. The fact that you could just like hang back because that cloud can just apply a bunch of like debuffs, just like, yeesh. It makes me wonder like what would be really useful for her? Like probably damage, maybe cooldown for that matter. I think my best bet is cooldown because like the amount of debuffs that you can apply is just so much. Because look at this,
slumber.
None of them would survive that. There's no way a single one of them would survive. And she's just on her bed. She just doesn't care. But I feel like cooldown may be the best option. Unless if you're willing to go for like, I don't know, solid almond? Because it feels like she's like a mix. It's like she's a bomber, but she's also like a defensive tank. And yet she's also like a support. Because of all the things that she could apply because of like other allies. It's a lot to take in, but I feel like she does have some usage. Like, is she really that bad? I feel like more people would be using her if she was. Like, not. I don't know. But anyway, this should be it. And we did it. Because she absolutely folded through that level that's claimed it was hard. But it only took us one cookie to solo it.
The sweetest victory.
Are you playing the liar? No, you're just passing out your heart. For some reason. Alright, so I feel like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like either tanking a lot of damage with the solid almond just so you can get your damage resist up, or using the cooldown is probably the best bet for her because I think she does do good damage by herself, but do you want to increase that damage anymore with the Searing Raspberry? Because those are like the top ones that you can use, but I feel like instead you can either go for a very buffed out like max tank, like Eternal Sugar, just so she can tank not only a lot of damage, but enemies who attack her will literally get the guilt debuff, which, fun fact, it causes you to hurt yourself. Like, I'm sorry, but like, that's just overpowered in every sense. Because anytime that you do just damage to her specifically, which more than likely you're probably going to be using a cookie or something, that's just like, oh, well, it's going to attack the whole team anyway, but that's going to involve hitting her. So she's just going to keep on inducing like damage resist buffs and like lowering your attack and also lowering your rate of cooling, where it's good, but also using the swift chocolates to make it so that your cooldown keeps on going and going and going is pretty useful by itself because it keeps on applying all the buffs and debuffs and all that stuff. So I think either or could go either way, but that's just my theory on it. I'm not a professional at this game. I just play it from, you know, my standpoint. But with that being said, if you enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my kick around content. And if you enjoy my content in general, why not subscribe and also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future. And also down below in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, which includes a Twitter post. If it gets 10,000 likes, I get the Kicker on YouTube stuff absolutely free. There's a link to my Discord server called the Hypenese Hub, a link to my merchandise, you can buy stuff to represent the channel, and lastly, a link to my Ko-fi where for just $1 a month, you can see exclusive content you wouldn't normally see in this normal YouTube channel. But above all else, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.